Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a quick kind of like review slash test of the new Benefit Hello Happy foundation in the shade 2. It does have, it's a light to medium coverage, and it does have an SPF of 15. It does smell like sunscreen, definitely when you put it on, but the smell does go away. And it is definitely a light coverage, slightly medium. You could build it up, but there's a few things that I feel like bothered me about this foundation. I will be applying it on camera, and you're gonna kind of see what it clings onto. It clings onto my dry patches. So go ahead and stay tuned so you can see that. So I'm going to be using the Benefit Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation today. And basically all I have on my face is the Chorus Pomegranate Balancing Cream Gel Moisturizer. It's supposed to help with oils. My skin type is combination, so I do get oily in my T-zone and my nose area. But besides that, my skin's pretty dry, especially on my cheeks. So I'm going to go ahead and try it out. I have used this before, but I wanted to kind of record it on camera. That way you guys can see if this foundation is any good, if it lasts long, and what my thoughts are about it. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the Huda Beauty primer. This one is their mattifying primer. So I'm going to use this with the foundation because I've used the foundation by itself with my other primers, and I feel like it doesn't really last long on me, and it kind of slips and slides. So today I'm going to try it out with the Huda Beauty one because I've been using it with my other foundations. I usually use my Estee Lauder foundation or the Laura Mercier foundation, and I feel like with that I've seen it help my makeup last a little bit longer. So we're going to try it out today and see if this still lasts long or doesn't really last at all. So far, I'm going to be honest, I don't really know how I feel about it. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Put a little extra on my forehead because that gets super greasy. And I guess you're supposed to shake it before you use it, so I'm going to go ahead and shake it up. And I'm going to be using my Morphe Y6 brush because I've tried to use it with the Beauty Blender, and I just don't really like how it looks with it. I feel like it just makes my job harder, and I like it better with my brush. And I did recently break out, so you'll see kind of the coverage that this gives. Super zoomed in. Okay, so far it's only on this side of my face, and I zoomed in so you guys can try to kind of see a little bit the coverage it gives. I feel like it's barely any coverage. It's like very, very light coverage. But I'm going to go ahead and finish the other side of my face. Now, this foundation does have like a slight sunscreen scent to it, but it goes away when you first put it on. You're like, woo, it smells like sunscreen, but it does go away, so it's okay. Okay, there we go. So this is the first layer on my face. Now, it's already starting to dry. It dries pretty fast. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera. Honestly, it's a very light coverage. I do feel like it kind of clings to certain areas. Like if I have dry patches, it kind of clings in those areas, and I don't really like that. I don't know if you guys can tell, especially like right here, it kind of broke out. My nose especially, let me zoom into my nose. That's super close to my face. Okay, but I don't know if you can see, like in my nose, I have a little bit of a dry patch right here, and I feel like it just slightly clinged to those areas. You can definitely see, at least in person, you can definitely see my dry patch, and it just doesn't look very smooth or flawless at all. Also, my forehead, I did break out, so I do have some acne right here, little scabs. But then again, I feel like you can definitely tell I'm wearing foundation. It doesn't really look that lightweight to me, even though it is a light coverage foundation. Initial thoughts when I first put it on my face, I don't really like it. But let's see if it lasts long. I'm only gonna put a little bit of concealer on today, barely do any eye makeup. I'm gonna be running errands all day today, so I will come back at the end of the video. That way you guys can see if it lasted long or what happened after a few hours of me wearing this foundation. Because so far, what I've seen happen on my skin, it's not that great. So I kind of want you guys to stick around and see what I'm talking about because it's definitely very noticeable. So go ahead and just stick around. I will come back in a sec and show you guys after a few hours how it looks. Okay, so this is how the foundation looks after I put my concealer on. I did put a little bit of translucent powder, kind of dusted it all over my face. Now I feel like it obviously looks better once all my makeup is on, but you can still see the patchiness on my nose and definitely still see some of the patchiness on my forehead. It doesn't really look that natural to me. or that flawless to me because of those patches. But then also too, right here on my cheek area, it is a very, very light coverage, which is totally fine, but I just wish I kind of blurred it a little bit more, but it's okay. It's not that bad. It's just more so the patches that bother me the most. It definitely clings to my patches, which is, I just don't like that. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and do all the errands that I have to do today, and then I'll come back in a few hours and then show you guys how my makeup looks then and see if it lasts long, if it gets oily, all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so this is how my foundation looks after tons of hours. It's 10 o'clock at night right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in to my face so you guys can kind of see what's going on. So as you can see, I mean, it definitely rubbed off. I honestly feel like there's nothing on my face. And you can just definitely see all my acne. Again, I mean, it is a light coverage foundation, so that's fine, but I just feel like it's gone. Like my nose, you see all this redness. You can kind of see it showing through. And then my forehead is the worst. Honestly, my forehead, even before leaving the house, was like already kind of gross to me. Zoom in extra close. Okay, I don't know if that's focused, but from what I can tell, it honestly looks really bad. Just wipes right off. And like you can see all the little texture. It just doesn't look smooth. I obviously rubbed some off right now and it just does not look good. Like I look like a hot mess. Like honestly, I don't like this foundation. I don't like it. It doesn't work well on my skin. It might work well for other people, but I feel like it slips and slides. I turn around, it's gone. I turn this way, this side's gone. It's oily. I start noticing like the oils within an hour. My oils start to show. Even the initial application, you see all the texture. It doesn't look smooth. It doesn't suit my skin type. It just doesn't really look good on me, but it's okay. I'm sure it works for other people. Okay, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was somewhat helpful, and if anyone was interested in buying this or purchasing this foundation, they can kind of see how it looked on my skin. Honestly, I don't like this foundation at all. It didn't work for me. It doesn't mean it's not going to work for you. I'm sure it can work for many other people. It's just my skin, usually foundations are the hardest thing to find for me. Flawless or soft blurring. It looks like I'm wearing foundation, and if I'm using something lightweight, I kind of want it to look as if I'm not wearing anything, but I feel like you can tell because of those patches, it's just not even and it's just not smooth as I would want it to. But yeah, anyway, so I hope this was helpful, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you.